Tuesday was our listening party. That's where the records came in.
And Saturday was the jam.
Exactly. We were having so much fun. The musicians love being able to come and vibe, and I mean, that's what it's all about.
And the acoustics are great in here. You know, it's a nice closed space, and you really get the feel of the music.
And that's what the musicians say, especially the horn players.
And you've attracted the best musicians in the region. I mean, this is beyond amazing what you've done in here.
And I think some of what it is, though, is because it's a gallery. Yeah. You know, you don't have to worry about it. It's a destination, meaning I want to go hear music, I'm coming to the gallery.
Right.
Specifically.
Right.
Play Glass Metal Stone Gallery, I'm coming here for that.
Yep.
I'm not coming because I need to eat something, I need to drink something. I need to hear some music, some live music, where everybody is having a good time. Well, we're really excited about this at our Art Meets Jazz on J Street. You were really helping this kind of come to fruition. I mean, I have a lot of stuff in my head that bounces around. And one of them was to do something where these incredible photographers and artists, you know, that we get to show them in a light that is complementary to the music.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's now joined. It's now united with the paintings and the drawings and the art, and it's going to be really exciting, the show that you're doing. And you came up with it. I mean, you keep growing and rethinking this and remaking this. It's all you, Blanche. You're amazing.
It's just because it's inspirational. And one of my favorites, I have to say. Thank you, Blanche. You're one of my favorite flowers. Thank you. Yes. So share with us just a little bit about, how you came to jazz, and then of course the music. I mean, of you singing. Where does that all come from?
My dad, he played the guitar, and my mom, she played the drums.
Drums.
Yes.
So that's for that rhythm that you have.
Probably so.
Just innately.
Yes. Yes. So it was a wonderful experience to know that and to see the lineage of where this all came from. Just about every day of my life, in the childhood and up till now. And the love of singing is my way of adding to the artistry of music, but I consider my voice as my instrument. So that's where the joy is, just adding my contribution to that art form with my
So Carl, tell me a little bit about how when you walked into Jazz on Chase Street, you were able to say, okay, I know exactly what it is that I want to capture.
I really didn't. As you know, I had just moved here and I was looking to meet people and take pictures of people around town. So I love jazz and I said, okay, I'm gonna go, I'll bring my camera. I almost didn't bring my camera the first time. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bring it and see if they say it's okay. And this group of musicians, they are so tight together and so relaxed. And I mean, for a $5 cover charge, who expects to get this kind of music, you know? After I finish here, I load them all up and I do my editing, but then it's when I start, the paintings really, that's when it becomes my art. You know, that's when it becomes, I'm putting the whole scene together and I'm showing it the way I see it in my head, you know, because photography, to an extent, you're locked into what's in front of you. I saw the trailer for the movie Loving Vincent, the hand-animated movie about Vincent van Gogh, and I said, how did they do that? And they actually did it by painting every single frame and then photographing the paintings. And I said, I can do that in Photoshop. I know I can. Start with the photo and then build on top of that and keep building in layers. And think of it as me practicing for a final piece, you know, for a solo. So I get to build layer on layer and explore and decide what's going to work, and then I end up with the finished piece after.
Yeah, because then that's part of that uniqueness.
Yeah.
You just add. And I think everyone kind of has a little thing like that. I've noticed myself starting to do that too. Mm-hmm. Because it's like when you hit a certain key, you know another song or whatever in that key.
Yeah, and it's how you move from one to the other.
It's like, okay, there.
Home base.
So now just the fact that I'm excited to be with you, Robin. I mean, you were in the audience for a lot of this before we knew what your skill was.
Yes.
So,
I'd like to just come in soft and surprise you.
so tell us a little bit about your what I call sketch art, but that's not even close.
I learned to draw from reading a book called The Zen of Seeing. And it's all about eye-hand coordination and drawing the contours. So let's say I'm going to draw you. I've got the pad of paper here, I've got my pen. I decide where I'm going to start, and usually with people I start with the right eye.
Okay.
And I'm going, okay, I look, I see the size of the paper, and then I start. And I never look down or lift the pen until I'm done. And then I look down like, okay, I got it. Sometimes it doesn't look like anything but squiggly lines, and sometimes it's spot on.
But your skills have grown. Because I see you
Yeah.
in here and I'm like,
Yes.
I saw you working and I was like, you looked and then you were like,
Yeah.
it's like, wow. And then you showed it to me, it was like, wow. Because you did, one night you did several pieces.
About 6 or 7, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah. It comes from, I don't know, I woke up one day and I said, well, my sister had died. And I thought, if I left at that age, what would I regret not having done? I was like, I never went for it as an artist. And I was like, okay, then I need to do that. And to honor her memory, to honor my own creativity, I didn't know how to draw. I was laughed out of art class. So I'm like, I want to learn how to draw. I just want to draw. I want to be able to do that. And this type of drawing it gives movement, it's alive, it's spontaneous, and I love it. I've been meeting lots of other line artists on Instagram lately. And I'm like, oh, they do it like that? I have to up my game because there's some good stuff out there.
Adriano Figuarelli, professional street photographer. That's what you call yourself, right?
Yeah, they call me.
They call you that.
They call me first photographer.
Yes.
They call me photographer. Okay, I'm a photographer.
You are. You capture a lot of beautiful moments.
Yeah, I try.
You do.
I try to show what I see. You know, not the photography per se. You know? Because it's hard, because walking the streets you see magic all around. Few people notice, you know, the little details, not the details on the street, details with the persons using the street, you know, around the street. You know, they're alive. They have feelings, they have expressions. And sometimes I try to create over it. So it looks like I tell a story that is not really there. You know, something like that. People sometimes see, oh, that is a sad picture. But it wasn't a sad situation, it was actually a really fun situation. But the lights, you know, the shadows, everything tells a different story.
So when you come into with the music, when you come into Jazz
Music
on J Street,
I love music. I make believe that I was a musician for a while, you know, and I love photograph musicians because of the aesthetics, you know, it's nice. The colors sometimes, but jazz is different because jazz have improvisation, have a lot of expression. Like if you photograph a show, a rocky show, they have their posing, they have a makeup, everything to make a show, you know, to show a show. But in jazz is different because jazz, they don't care, you know, they just start playing, you know. When it's a jam jazz like it's here on the J Street, oh, it's a challenge to photograph and try to express what they play, you know, what I'm feeling with that music. It's a challenge. You know? I try to do that.
We're here with Mark Doyle, poster child for Jazz on J Street.
I thought it was a great idea, and originally they were having a listening night and a jam session night. I suggested, why don't you do it on Tuesday, because less people will be working that really you want to come to the jam. And my contribution, I suppose. And since then, it's just built and built. And now I've been here the last few times, and it's just been packed. Everyone is playing great music and hearing great music, and it's also a very social thing for the musicians in the area. You know, there are really talented musicians in South Florida, not so many places for them to go and play. This is an outlet, and they can network and have a good time.
You know, and it seems as though that they do it for the love of the music. Talk a little bit about that.
That is why they're here. They want to come out and do their thing. Everyone has their thing, that's their thing. They want to go out and do it.
You actually have another hidden talent as well.
We're gonna find out. No, I've been painting for about 20 years and different visual things. I just enjoy it for myself. And in the painting is giving a little bit of my inside my brain to them. So if they ever wonder what's going on in Mark Doyle's head,
Just
they can look at the painting. And then that, you know,
Well,
that's a true test of a friend.
you know, and art is reciprocal. You see it and it sees you.
Mhm.
And when you think about that, it's you.
Okay, well, in music, it's very much a thing of a interaction with the listener. You don't get that in recorded music, but in live music, you play, you see people hearing, and there's a connection. In painting or writing or something like that, you don't get to witness it right at that instant. I want them to look at what I've done and be a part of it. Think, what is that? Why would anyone do that?
You know, I have not seen any of your art as of yet. Can you?
I bet you can't wait now.
Yeah. I'm an improvisational musician. I play piano and I play guitar. And I was listening to people like Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea and
Great.
Miles Davis. These are piano players. You need to get a piano so that you can realize all of the other parts that you're hearing in the music. And you can't really do that so much on a guitar.
It's good to, I wish I could play guitar, but Western music is based on the keyboard. And the people you mentioned, they are piano players, but I do like listening to guitar players too.
Right. Well, it was the piano that allowed me to hear a lot more. One thing I want to say is that music affects me so much; it makes me weep. Music is something that is a channel and it's a gift from God. There's nothing in that space until you put it there. And so when you think about that, when you think about that inspiration, it comes from inside. And then you put it in a melodic tone that allows you to emote some sort of feeling, then you get it. And that's what you get in improvisational music, because it's something that was not there 2 seconds ago.
You can play other people's music, and that's like reading to them.
Right.
But you can improvise and tell them what you're thinking right then.
It makes a completely different palette.
And I have seen in music things that you cannot prove or say why they cause these things, and that makes me know there's much more than we can understand or see.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, I grew up in a musical town. Thad Jones lived down the street from me. Roland Hanna lived around the corner. The Isley Brothers 2 blocks over.
You had no choice.
The Adleys, I had no choice. I had no choice. These people were my neighbors. I knew them as Mr. Adley and as Mr. Jones, and as Mr. Hanna. I didn't, in my youth, I didn't
What a great
recognize-
neighborhood.
What a great neighborhood. I went to school with their children, so I went over their houses, and I didn't realize how important it was to have these people in my neighborhood, other than the juice that I gleaned from them to make me want to love this music so much. So I'm very, very fortunate that Jazz on J Street gives me an opportunity to kind of tap into this and be able to be one-on-one with these musicians and be able to tell their stories and have me live my stories through them. So that's why I wanted to work with this project, because this is the best of both worlds, to be able to be in the mix and listen to the music and be able to put it out there for other people to see.
I think that's terrific. I know everyone is very happy that doing that. And, but next time you should play some.
We'll get there, one thing at a time.